This is the URT. You are the URT. Smash a like for the URT. Subscribe for the URT. Big up the URT. How we doing, people? Welcome back to the channel. Wherever you are, people. Welcome back to the channel. Champions League results. Real Madrid are through. Vinicius Jr. is dancing again. Galatasaray Juventus has gone to extra time. Big up for Monaco for fighting back against Paris Saint-Germain. Squeaky bum time for Paris Saint-Germain, but they're through. Yeah, that's what we have. That's what we have. But big up to people. Please, welcome to the channel. We're going to be talking about Carrick. That's what we're going to be talking about. We're going to be talking about Michael Carrick. Michael Carrick. That's what we're talking about. So please come on in and smash that like and subscribe to the channel if you're not already subscribed. Yeah, Carrico. That's who we're talking about, people. We're not going to stay too long, but that's what we're going to talk about tonight. Carrico, man like Carrick. Man like Carrick, you know. That's what we're talking about. We're talking about what he can do to basically, in my humble opinion, what he could do to, yeah, what can Carrick do? What he can do for the next 5 games. And that's what we're talking about. What can Carrick do in the next 4 games? In the next 4 games, what can Carrick do? That's what we're talking about, people. What can Carrick do in the next 4 games for Manchester United to win to win in terms of improving the performance? The last 2 performances have been really bad. I'm not gonna lie, and I'm not shadow. I analyze games, but I analyze in them specific games, game by game. I analyze how we play, what we are in possession, what are we like without possession, and that's what we do. So how can he improve the performance? The first 2 games, the performance was fantastic. How can we get back to that? Fulham and Spurs, it was 50-50. Well, Fulham, second half, they were the better team. But first half, we were the better team. Tottenham, they had a man sent off. We were the better team, I think. We deserved to win. West Ham was horrendous. Monday night was horrendous. These are the truth, people. These are the truth. These are the truth. And this is where we're at. This is what we're at. So, Manchester United, can Manchester United improve? I'm just going to let people know about we're live and tweet out tweet it out. But big up, people. Please smash the like, subscribe to the channel if you're not already subscribed. YouTube is acting really funny these days, people. Yeah. YouTube's acting really funny. But big up to all you lot. And the internet is acting a bit funny. Can you still hear me? Is my connection all right? Can I get any interactions in the chat? Can I get any interactions in the chat, people? Can I get any interactions in the chat? Glazers, videos out. Next 5 games. That's what we talked about. URT, we are live, people. We are live and direct. We are live now for everything. For the latest. We're going to be talking about the latest news as well, people. The latest. Latest. Man UFC news, people. Man UFC news. Here we go. Here we go. Apparently, Onana wants to come back. Yeah. Apparently. Onana wants to come back. Where are they? Where are the Onana fans? Where are the Onana stand? Apparent. Onana wants to come back. Oh, thank you. Manchester United finances. Man UFC finances are out. Yeah. Smash the likes, people. Smash the likes. Can't spell the word finances. Quite bad spelling, man. Guys, I can't see your comments. I don't know what's happened to your comments tonight. Is anybody commenting? Can you guys see me? Something going on with the comments on YouTube, at least. I can only see 2 of Sol. That was from ages ago. Let me have a look on my phone. Is it this YouTube? Let me just have a look on my phone. I don't know if you can hear me. That is quite weird. Really, really weird. We've been live for 6 minutes now. We've been live for 6 minutes now. No. I can see about 30 of you that are here, but I don't know what's going on. YouTube is acting funny. No comments whatsoever. But we got so many likes. But big up to all you lot. I hope you're well. I don't know what's going on with your likes tonight. Let me have a look on the YouTube. Yeah, it's exactly the same thing. Let me start this. Let me see. Maybe it might be better. Maybe I can be able to see it there. Okay. I don't know what's happening, people. I genuinely don't know what's happening. I don't know what's happening. I don't know what's happening with the chat. But yeah, it's looking a bit techie if you ask me. Speaking a little bit techie if you ask me. I can't even. Yeah, like and subscribe, people. Let me see if I can do a poll. Let's see if you can see this poll. Let me see if I can start a poll and let me see if people can interact. It'll let me know. It will let me know. Do you? It's the Onana news. Is there any truth to that Onana wants to come back to Manchester United? Is there any truth to the Onana story? Yay or nay? Get voting, people. Let me see if you can interact in that sense. I don't know what's going on. I do not know what's going on. Honestly, could not tell you. Yeah, yes. But how come I can't see your comments? Why can I not see your comments? What is going on? This is weird. So weird, man. Yo, yes, I can just about see you. Big up. Big up 774, man. Big up to you. What's happening, man? What's happening? What is happening? Big up to you. I'm a bit confused. I am a bit confused. Yeah, Saeed's still watching a lot of the Champions League games. Hopefully, we'll see some of you on here afterwards. But big up Galatasaray, like he said, let me just have a look. Galatasaray have got 10 men, and the game has gone to extra time. 5-5 on aggregate. And Galatasaray have got a man sent off. El Kelly sent off in 49th minute. That is crazy. They came back playing again. Galatasaray are a disgrace. 10 men coming back, you know, to draw into level in the game. And it's gone to extra time now. Hey, big up Tactical Devils. I don't know what's going on tonight, Jarvis, but yeah, big up to you, man. And big up to Bodo Glimt. Jarvis, if you're free, jump on. I'd love to talk to you about Bodo Glimt. Let me know if you want to jump on. But no problem if you're busy. No problem. No el problemo if you're busy, my friend. If you are busy. But big up to the masses. Big up to everybody. Please smash the like. Subscribe to the channel if you're not already subscribed. So there's some news. Let's start with that. Apparently, Andre Onana wants to come back to Man United. Man United. Andre Onana. Apparently, he wants to come back to Manchester United, which I find hilarious. Onana, you know, he's like, yo, forget this dead Turkish league. I want to come back. I want to come back. So big up to him. Big up to man like Onana, man. Honestly, I got nothing but jokes about that, man. The fan base was going so crazy about him. It was unbelievable how much people were telling me he is the best keeper in the world. He's this, he's that. And I was like, yo, you've not even watched him. You've only watched him one game. That's what I'm saying to you. You've only watched him one game. So give it a rest. You know what I mean? Give it a rest. But yeah, apparently Onana is telling people, man, me like Onana wants to come back, mate. Yeah. People just telling me Onana, man like Onana. Yeah, Onana wants to come back, apparently. My guy wants to come back. Wants to come back to Manchester United. Manchester United. Yeah, so this is what Jamie Jackson of the, I'll show you, I'll bring it up so I can show you. This is what we've been told. This is what we're told. What we're told. Andre Onana. This is James Jackson in the Guardian. Andre Onana wants to fight to reestablish himself as Manchester United #1 goalkeeper when his loan at Transport finishes in May, and believes he will be given a chance to do so. Oh my God. Listen, that ship is sailed, mate. The ship is gone. The ship is gone, man. The ship is gone, man. The ship is sailed. I've always liked him. Congratulations, Finney Jr. He deaded that racist ass football club, mate. But yeah, we've got this for you as well tonight. I'm just going to star it. Potato Barada head chatting absolute maca. Maca. Yeah, Gibbs White, Manchester United been linked with Gibbs White as well. What do you like? Do you like Gibbs White? I really rated that kid when he went to when he was at Wolves. He was a really talented kid, and I really, really liked him. Yes, people. Hey, text yellow go. Text yellow go. Yeah. I mean, 100% yellow gold. They're amazing, man. Amazing. What's going on, Ferry? Are you all right, King? What's happening? Talk to me, Ferry. What's going on? And what's all these mad emojis? What's going on? Home, YouTube, what's going on? What are we doing, people? Oh, have the channel been hacked? Have we been hacked, people? Have we been hacked? Hacked FC. Here we go. Here we go. Hacked FC. I don't even know what these emojis mean. What do those emojis mean? Crying face. What are you crying about, bro? What's happened? What's happened, bro? Yeah, man. Big up Eski. Man like Eski. Yes, Jarvis.
Hey, Bob.
How you doing?
It's not working. I've sent like 20, 25 messages. None of them are coming through. So
what's happened? Oh, yeah.
So you probably have to just set up a new stream.
No. Actually, it's coming through now. I've seen you. You said text yellow go. And then Eski's asking for the link.
Okay.
So some of it's coming through.
In the chat are coming through. It looks like it's only the emojis.
Yeah, only emojis are coming through. But a little text, you text yellow go. And then somebody wrote link, bro. So some of it is working. I don't know why it's been like that. But yeah, big up though.
But I'm fine now. I sent a lot of messages. None of them are coming through. So it's probably broken.
Yeah. But big up though.
But if Said is going to redirect, you probably should just take it down and set up another one.
Eski's jumped up now. Eski's on here now. So
yo.
You and see how it goes, Jarvis. But big up to you.
Okay, cool. I'll be on. I'm just watching
Yeah. Enjoy it, and we'll jump on after if you can.
Yeah, man.
Nice one, bye. Go on, Eski.
Yeah.
Big up to you. How you doing?
Yeah, what you saying? Good.
Yeah, we're good. Listen, something's going on with YouTube. Some people it's working for. What's wrong with the chat?
The chat's moving weird. No, I was sending some messages in before, but like that one I sent you was just recent. But like I sent a few before, they've not come through. So I think he's right in it. Yeah, the chat's moving weird. People are typing, but you can't see them, and neither can I. But they are saying stuff.
That's crazy. Let me just go to edit. Let me see if I pressed something or I've done something. But yeah, talk to me. Andrew Onana wants to come back while I do that. Go ahead. Talk to me.
Yeah.
Andrew Onana wants to come back, man. Talk to me.
No, some nonsense in it. Like I seen that story. Jamie Jackson as well. No, man. Like I can't even put into words. Like why is this even a thing anyone should entertain? Again, United's not playing. You need something to talk about, and they're just saying, Onana wants to fight his place. Listen, he wants to come back for the money. He's not getting it over there. Remember when we got knocked out the Champions League, and he went and knocked on Amorim or whoever it was his office and said, "Don't can I get my pay rise, please? Why has the money gone down?" Listen, we know what he's about. He's a joker. Nuruddin was right. Everyone's seen him for one game, and realistically, he's just not been good enough. Sander Mens has been miles better. I think he's lost 2 games out of 20 when he joined, and that was even under Amorim as well. So a big part of our defence being solid is you got a good keeper behind you. So no, nothing in the story. It's whatever. Onana can say whatever he wants. He can say today's Monday, and it would make. Do you know what I mean? It doesn't mean he can say anything, and someone would have just said something about it. He said something, had Manchester United in it, and then now it's a thing. So yeah, non-issue really. No, forget him.
That's crazy. Big up, Ben. Are you there, Ben?
Yes, big up.
Safe,
big
Ben.
up, man.
How you doing, Ben? Yeah, it's only showing emojis, Ben.
Yeah.
Ben, can you try to write?
It's not working for it's not working for me, Nerdin. I've sent it in the chat and it just doesn't seem to pick up the comments. For some people it does, but it's strange. I don't know what YouTube's on tonight, man. But yeah.
Crazy. I'm just looking at the details, but talk to me about Andrew Onana wanting to come back.
Yeah, I mean, first things first. Free Palestine. We got really good news today. Justice has been served. Those Zionist people who took away our Palestine flag, took away my Palestine flag outside of my house, and took away big up Amir. Sorry, my next door neighbor. He has a Sudan flag, Palestine, Congo. He has a whole lot. His flags were taken away from Zionists, a group of Zionists, and some of the flagpoles as well. They're all gone as well. and we spoke to the police, and they've found the group that did it, because there's obviously there's road cameras, safety cameras all around our neighbourhood, around Belfast as well. So yeah, we just been informed that the group have been arrested. So justice has been served, and Free Palestine, and fuck the Zionists everywhere in the world, whoever they are, wherever they are, man. Because well, one thing for sure, obviously there's a genocide going on, but another thing is you don't fucking go into someone's fucking property and take shit away from their neighborhood. And what they did was just bang out of order, man. And yeah, I'm just glad the police got involved. But yeah, big up to our community, our neighborhood, for getting it sorted, man. And yeah, justice has been served, man. Justice has been served. Free Palestine every day, man. And yeah, when it comes to Onana, I don't know what way to take it, Nerdon. I don't know what way to take it, man. Let's just say if Onana comes back to this club, man, oh, I don't even know what I'd do, Nerdon. I really don't. I just, oh man, it's mind blowing when I seen the comments that he's ready to fight for his number one spot. I'm just like, give it a rest. Like, Bayndier's ahead of him, man, and he's not even great. Oh, it's embarrassing, man. Absolutely embarrassing. But do you know what, Nerdon? I wouldn't be surprised if any else do it. I wouldn't be surprised whatsoever. But I've got nothing against him. I think he's, personal. Obviously his personality. I presume he's a lovely fella, he's a lovely lad. You know, he seems very vibey. Like, I've seen the clips, the videos with him and Ahmad doing the dancing and stuff. So look, he's definitely a nice lad, but goalkeeping wise, no way. He can't be a goalkeeper for Man United anymore. He needs to go. And look, I just wish him all the best, man. And and that's all I can really say, man. But yeah, that's the case for Onana for me.
Yeah, big up. Some of the finances have been out, Ben, so we can go through those in a minute. Let me just bring it up again. Big up to you, Eski.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, I think he was in the Guardian. I genuinely do think there's something to it. I think he's his agent, yeah. And I think, yeah, he's that type of guy. But whether we like it or not, he does have a contract with Manchester United.
Yes.
Do you know what I mean? So Manchester United would have to sell him to basically bring other people on. And he's got his right to come back. Now, whether they start him or not, it's up to the club. But he has a contract with Manchester United.
Yeah, but so does Sancho, so does Rashford, so does Højlund, so does...
No, Sancho doesn't. Sancho's contract runs out.
I'm sure he's still a United player.
No, this is it. So,
sure, okay.
I can imagine Rasmus doesn't want to play second fiddle. Rashford doesn't really want to come back.
No, he's getting off, yeah. There should be some more as well, but yeah.
Yeah.
So Collier, actually,
have announced operating profit of 32.6 million in the first 6 months of the fiscal 26, compared to 3.9 operating loss in the same period, 2005. I don't know if you can see that, Ben, but this is the news.
The profit, yeah.
Yeah, a bit of the news. So Manchester United have announced operating profit of 32.6. We could have been, if they didn't mess about sacking managers, bringing in coaching staff, sacking a sporting director, this could have been at least nearly 100 million. But it's 32.6 million for the 6 months on a physical 26, compared to 3 operating loss in the same.
But don't forget about it as well, Nerd. They did sack over 500 staff as well, so that would generate a lot of profit as well. So
this is it. Well, Omar potato head, is that it? So Omar Barana now we're seeing the positive financial impact of our off the pitch transformation materialize both in our cost and our profitability. We continue to take a football first approach and invest both our men and women's first teams. Now, you haven't invested shit in this January, you dickhead. And that's why we're getting bullied by West Ham, and we got bullied by Everton on Monday night. We got camped in the second half. On the pitch, our men's team sits fourth in the Premier League, and our women's team sits second in the women's league, as well as reaching the League Cup final and the quarter-final of the UEFA Women's Champions League. Today's result demonstrates the underlying strength of our business as we now continue to push for the best footballing results possible for our men and women's teams. You're chatting absolute shite. Big up to Gaz. Always know Gaz.
That's funny.
Big up to Gaz. Big up to Gaz. Gaz is a legend, by the way. Gaz is one of the biggest legends of that Glazer, anti-Glazer, anti-Ineos movement. So yeah, big up to Gas. This clown thing's it's that's caused turnaround. He hired the worst manager the club ever, and they had no plan whatsoever. Facts. These are the facts. These are the facts, people. Yeah. Yeah, people are saying this is it. It's just laughable. Most people are not buying it. Yeah. Some obviously bootlickers, but that's where we're at. But give me your thoughts, Eski.
Do you know what it is? Yeah, I was thinking about it the other day. Now, you can look at it two ways and say, well, they're all shit and just forget them, right? Or you can look at it and say the signings that they've actually bought this season have been half decent. But I'm looking at the side that they're shit, and here's why. Because it wasn't that hard to improve on what Woodward and all them bastards did beforehand. They all made stupid signings. Every signing since Fergie, how many were a success? Bruno Fernandes ended up being half decent success, and now that's a different story, Ben. I'm not going to get triggered, but whether that's even a conversation, well, there you go. So if Bruno's not a success, then you could say, well, they've not really had anyone successful. Zlatan maybe here and there, but Pogba, majority would say no. Point being that it wasn't that hard to get players that are half decent this season, but the sample size is still small. So for me to say, they're doing this, that, and the third success, the women's team are doing quite well, but they've been doing well before these guys ever come here, so they can't even take any credit for that. Our women's team were doing great before that. So not even having that conversation about that. And then to do with the first team and the men and talk about financials, yeah, it's like Ben said, you sack a load of people and the money goes up. It's still like, they don't talk about the amount of lives and livelihoods that they've destroyed and the amount of people that worked at this club for years to get a figure just put on there to make things look nice, like we're doing things the right way. It's all a bunch of bullshit. But at the end of the day, I think the signings, you have to judge it and say, yeah, the signings have been decent, but I'm not going to give you total credit for that because it was not that hard to make better signings than the previous regime. Us three here could have come up with a transfer strategy better than Ed Woodward. So it's not that hard for these guys to claim anything that they're doing so far. Nothing to take credit for.
Go ahead, Ben.
Yeah, I mean, echoing what I've just what Eski said, the reason why they've got this profit is simply because they've sacked those 500 staff. Like, if you put those 500 staff what their actual annual wage is per year, it probably would be in the maybe 10, 15 million. Well, maybe 5 to 10 million, maybe if you're like, because there's a lot of staff, and most of them are chefs, most of them are working for the actual training ground, for the stadium. It's crazy, but what else could be involved there, as well as maybe obviously some of the sponsorships too, because I think we did get a new sponsor this season as well. I can't remember what it was, but now, look, honestly, as Nerd and you said as well, the fact that we've sacked managers, obviously we sacked Amram, we sacked his coaching staff, that was an extra 10 to 20 million quid, and that was just bang out of order, man. But look, that's just money down the drain once again, and it's not the first time, because we've spent over probably over 100 million with sacking managers. So look, this is what we're doing, and I agree with you, Eski. It's like when Woodward was here, Woodward were still making decent signings, like big signings. Yes, Woodward was a fucking clown. He didn't know what he was fucking doing, but we're not asking for this, that. Like, we're asking for the fucking basics. Go and get me signings that make sense for Man United. And yes, obviously Woodward's recent signings before he left were very questionable. But John Murtaugh and Richard Arnold just took us to another level in terms of we're just basically digging the hole even further. Like we're digging our grave even further. Like and like I said, when Wilcox and Barada came in, people were wearing their fucking shades, saying this was the best in class. But realistically, all I'm saying is just the basics. Yeah, people can say give credit and stuff to the signings they've made, but like I said, I echo again. Like yes, Euro's a good signing. Yes, Mazraoui's a good signing. De Ligt, Xerxes. Like I'm not going to get into Cunha and Bumo and Sesko, but realistically, them signings there are not making it up for it because realistically they've just took us to 15th, and then the season before that they've took us to 8th. So like I can't really give them that much credit in terms of like the recruitment. I can give them some form of credit, but you know it's just the basics. Like why do I need to give them credit if it's just the basics? This is what
we've come to, Ben. This is what it is. Now we're at the standard where it's our basics are done and we got shades out.
It's stupid, and every time I bring up every time people mention the board, like they mention the board, it's always about, you know, Mr. Potato Head. But, you know, everyone just wants to forget about this Weetabix guy. Everyone just always wants to forget about him. And like, I still like people need to get in their heads as well because you know, it's very basic, right? Basically, what I'm trying to say is Omar Barada, right? He's a chief executive officer, right? Chief executive officer, right? His main role, right, and any other football club as well, is to sort out commercial like stuff, like you know, for brand, like all the brands, the sponsorships, all everything outside of football. So he doesn't even touch football. Yes, he can have his say on, you know, in the board meetings. Like for example, he wanted Amram. Sir Jim wanted Amram. Ashworth wanted, I think he wanted Southgate. But basically, he does have a say in the board meetings, but he's not like his say is very low percentage, if that makes sense, because he's only a chief executive officer. When it comes to Wilcox, Ashworth, and Vivell, they're in charge of footballing operations. They're in charge of what system, what identity they want to play. Their say in the board meetings with Glazer and Mr. Ratcliffe, both of them say is very high. Like percentage is very very high because it's their department. It's not the commercial department. It's their department. But Sir Jim and Joe Glazer, them two have the highest obviously percentage. Because obviously they're the owners. They can do whatever they want. So basically, if Sir Jim votes one thing and Glazer votes another thing, then it's kind of like that. You know, the board of directors has to agree. Like it has to be the majority vote, if that makes sense. So say for example, Ratcliffe wants Amarim, Glazer wants Ten Hag, Wilcox wants Ten Hag, Barada wants Amarim, and then Vivell wants Ten Hag. It's going to be Ten Hag because the majority of the board vote for that instead of like the other two. So realistically, people just need to get in their head. It's not like people just need, yes, Barada is an absolute clown. I can't believe he's at our club. He was never even a chief executive officer for Manchester City. So people just need to get out of their fucking heads that when it comes to footballing operations and footballing like department in terms of the recruiting of Amarim, recruiting of the next coach or whatever, or the fucking players, it's not Barada. It's fucking Wilcox and Vivell. People just need to get in their fucking brains, man, because people don't understand what the difference between a chief executive officer and a sporting director. It baffles me, man, because this guy just gets like it pisses me off because people like think the recruitment this, recruitment that, it all comes down to Barada, and like they want to leave Wilcox out and Vivell out because they have a good track record and stuff. Like their CV's good, like from the previous clubs and stuff, but it's not. It's really a scheme up. It's a trio. It's a collective. They're not. We can't be leaving one person out, man. And this is why I keep always bringing up the other two, like Vivell and Weetabix. Just do not ever forget about them. But like I said, when it comes to the profit, nerd, and as I'll repeat again, that the majority, some of that money is from sacking 500 staff and obviously the new sponsorship. But yeah, that's just my views, man. And do you want, nerd? I'll be honest with you, man. I really don't give a toss about Man United's profit or any of this shit, man, because it's not addressing the debt, and that's the biggest issue right now. Man United, £1.3 billion in debt, people. That's it's bang out of order, man. Like we're not gonna sort it out, man. It's a joke, man. It's a complete joke. What do you think, Nerd? And what do you think?
Yeah, and also the other news is that our debt now has gone up to nearly 1.3 billion. By the way, I've looked on X. Yeah, I've typed it in. What's going on with the chat, with the YouTube chat? YouTube chat's not working. YouTube chat's down. Yeah, so it's nothing to do with us. I thought it might have been the shadow banning that people have targeted us. You know what I mean? But apparently, it looks like it might be done across all sorts.
My neighbor's just messaged saying, "Is there something wrong with the chat?" He says, "The chat is spamming with messages, but it's not coming up." Because he said I said to tune in the show tonight because I told him about like what you stand for, Nerdin, with Palestine and that but yeah, it's big up to Amir, man, in the comments. Obviously it can't be seen in the chat, but
big up Amir. Big up.
Yeah, big up to him, man. Big up. We're sending him love and solidarity always. Yeah. Looks like the thing is down, man. Honestly, it's crazy.
Crazy, man. I think people can only send emojis, Nerd, by the looks of it.
Yeah, it's crazy. I don't know what's going on.
Look, my message got through, though. I don't know how Nerd saw my message when I said to jump on, so...
Yeah, I don't know why yours worked. You've
I beat the system. They can't get me.
You're Neo in the system.
They can't get me. I'm double agent. I work for.
Look what Jarvis has sent. Finger red.
Yeah, it's like the that's the emoji thing, isn't it? Like if you type that in, the emoji comes up, but you can't see it. You're phoning. Right, I'll take over. Right. Listen, guys, Michael Carrick is going to lead us to the title. I'll say it while I can, while I'm safe. Look, Arsenal got so many games. City so many games, and we're here, boys and girls. Norden, you muted.
Welcome, FC. There we go. Big up to the side for the raid. Yo, King Solomon has beat the Matrix. I can see him. Big up some couple of people beating the Matrix. Big up to everybody beating the Matrix. Yo, chat.
Said's people have beaten the Matrix.
Said's crew has beaten the Matrix. Yo, we got Neos. Get smash a like for all the Neos in the chat. Yo,
shouts to the one.
YouTube comments is down tonight, people. Big up Monty. Big up, people. Listen, we're going to talk about how can Manchester United and Michael Carrick, especially Michael Carrick, what can he do to improve the performances in the next 5 games? So let me just show you what the next 5 games of Manchester United are. And then we can continue to think, how can we improve the performance? I believe we need to improve the performance ASAP. By the way, finally, in extra time, man like Osimhen scored, so it is on aggregate 7-5 now to Galatasaray in the Champions League.
What?
Yeah. I think the game might be finished. Yeah, it's finished full time. So Galatasaray have gone through. But for large parts, big up to Juventus. They were playing with player less. They had a El Kelly sent off at 49 minutes, and they still came back and made it 5-5 and took it to extra time. So great effort by Juventus. Galatasaray were toothless. But yeah, people, I just want to bring out just a table, and I want to show you Manchester United fixtures. And Manchester United. Let me just get back to this one. I want to go back to the league, my friend. Tables. There we go. So big up to all you lot. Please smash the likes. Obviously, the chat is down. We can't interact, so the least you could do is smash the likes, people. But let's get into the... There we go. So these are the next 5. This is the next 5, people. Crystal Palace, Newcastle, Aston Villa, and Bournemouth. What can he do? The question we're asking tonight is, what can Carrico do? What can Michael Carrick do to improve performances? Big up to all the people that beat. Big up to all the people. Apologies tonight, people. We can't see the thing, but we're going to be looking at this. What can Michael Carrick do to improve the performance? Because I believe the only way you're going to get Champions League is if you improve the performance. And then whoever the coach is next season, they have got a stable, whether it's Carrick, whether it's somebody else, they've got a stable football club where they can continue that standard into next season, where we're going to be playing, if we go to the Champions League, 2 games per week. 3 games per week, actually, yeah? We're going to be playing
all cups, yeah.
Saturday, Wednesday, Saturday. You know what I mean? Or Sunday, Tuesday, Sunday, Wednesday, Sunday. That's what we're going to be doing. So, how can you improve? I'll let you go, Eski. I've got a couple of ideas. Ben is also well have his say, but go ahead. We start off with Crystal Palace on Sunday, so take each game at a time. What would be different? What we've been doing so far. Crystal Palace on Sunday. What do you think the starting lineup should be?
I think it's going to be unpopular. I think it should largely be the same. I know people should say start Sesko and whatever, but I think they've not got Mark Gahey there, and Crystal Palace are a bit in free fall. I think we could just get at them from home. I think rotation options, who could we bring on? I'm not sure. I think Yoro had a decent game, so you start him. You don't really bench him for Heaven. I'm not sure if Maguire's picked up any injury, but you got Heaven there. Looking at it, Ahmad's not been playing that well last couple of games, but I don't think we need him to play that well to beat Palace. So for me, I just go largely the same. Just why not? Largely, was it Sunday? Last game we played was on Monday. That's fine. 6 days rest. We're used to these large gaps in a rest, so that's fine there. Newcastle is different. I mean, all right, I would bring on Sesko at half-time against Palace, getting ready for Newcastle. Newcastle, you start him. That's a big team there. We're going to be whipping them balls in. I think you're going to need Newcastle away there. It's another fucking late kickoff game. Always does us in. I think team for Newcastle, same back line, best you can put out at the moment. Mainu, Casemiro, Bruno picks itself. And then see what happens with Dogi. Dogi's probably not going to be back until like maybe early April, so I won't include him. But yeah, just try and keep the team largely the same. Maybe Zirkzee in and out. Say if we get 1-2-0 up in certain games, if the team needs it to really unlock something. Like I think in the last game we could have really done with bringing on Zirkzee as well. So with that team in there, like if 3 guys trying to crowd you out, everyone tried to dribble through, but Zirkzee's technique's really good. One touch play, like he says, he's like a 9.5 or whatever. I think he operates in that space well. So maybe Zirkzee or someone's needed for the Newcastle game. Villa is 2 o'clock Sunday. Fucking all these Sunday games killing us. I think just I'm gonna play against Villa. Do you know what? Villa play football, so I would play the normal side that Carrick's been playing. I say the Carrick side, we'll call it as that. Play the Carrick side against Villa because that's just what we've been playing. I don't think we'll need Sesko to start that game again. It depends. Like everyone's saying, start Sesko, but then the thing is, if you bench Cunha or Mbeumo, Sesko is that option. There's a proven option right now for a whole month that he could come on and impact a game. We've got nothing to back up to say that Mbeumo could come on and impact a game, that Cunha could come on and impact a game. So I'm just being fair to the situation to suggest that at the moment in time, Sesko is our best impact player as a sub. Zirkzee needs more minutes, but we've not seen that on the Michael Carrick, so I'm not sure. Can you scroll down a bit, Nurian? I'll do the last 2 games quickly as well. If he's there. Nurian, can you scroll down? Sorry. Was it Bournemouth? Bournemouth, honestly, away Ariola's decent. That game, you might need Sesko starting. It all depends. With these low block teams, it's there like you start Sesko. When the team's out trying to play football, play Mbeumo because of the pacing behind. And I know Mbeumo, Sesko does have pace as well, and you can abuse it. But like Mbeumo's a winning runner the whole game. Tracks back, does everything you need. Like honestly, as a forward there. So couldn't you the same? So yeah, that's what I'll go for all them games. And to be honest, I'll tell you the points we should get out of them games as well. The points I'm expecting at those games, 10 points. I'm just being honest. I think we should get 10 points out of those games. I think we struggle in the Newcastle game and the Villa game. Maybe one of them 2 games will drop points in, but Bournemouth and Crystal Palace, I'm expecting to win one of those 2 games. That we'll draw somewhere. Maybe Newcastle away, you'll take that draw, but Villa at home should be doing them this season. They're in free fall as well. There's so many competitions. I think we've got a good shout. Honestly, get 10 more points. See what Arsenal are. I'm telling you, title race, man. You never know. So we just got to look at ourselves. And if you're looking at third, sweet, beat Villa, then third is pretty much on. It's nailed on. So yeah, just carry on the street, get 10 points from these games.
I've just asked in the poll, so people please keep voting. I've just asked should Sesko start in the next 5 games. I think Sesko should start in the next 5 games. I think he should be given the next 5 games. I think Sesko offers us something. He occupies centre backs. we get a bit more joy. We've got something to work, a focal point to get the ball into, somebody we can cross the ball into. I think this gimmick of playing Cunha, Ahmad, and Mbeumo was done for me. I'm out of here with that. Sesko needs to score. Goals win games. We need him to start the next 5 games. Ben, before I come in, how can Carrick improve the performances in the next 5 games? I can give you the games individually. It's on the screen there. So we're playing Crystal Palace, and then a couple of days later, 3 days later, we play Newcastle. Then we play on the 15th. 10 days later, almost 11 days later, we play Aston Villa at Old Trafford, and then we play Friday Bournemouth away on the Friday the 20th of March.
Well, when I look at those 5 games, each of them five teams that you've just showed us, none of them play a low block or at all. So realistically, it's going to be, well, opponent-wise, going to be harder. But I think we could take the game to each of the teams as shown. Do I think that Michael Carrick's biggest issue is against these mid-tier to top teams? No. I think Michael Carrick's biggest issue, and previous managers too, is beating teams that are in the lower tier, the relegation teams, the lower side of the bottom half of the table teams. When it comes to Crystal Palace, obviously Glasner is on the verge of losing his job. I do think we'll win that game personally. I think Sesko should definitely start, man, because Crystal Palace are very, very physical. Newcastle is away. That is going to be a 8:15 kickoff as well. That is going to be absolutely mental, that game. And I have a feeling we're going to lose that game because we never do well against Newcastle away. And that game is a must start for Sesko, because if you were going to ask me right now who's the most physical team in the Premier League right now, it'd probably be Newcastle. And I think if you don't start Sesko, then I don't know how the game's going to go, man. But we just have to match with them, man. Because I think one of the main reasons why we lose in Newcastle away is not only just because the crowd itself, but it's we just can't match their physicality and their aerial threats. And obviously Eddie Howe, he likes to utilize that to obviously with the new striker Walter and with Villa, I think Villa is going to be a tight game. I could maybe see a draw coming out of that, but I think 10 points would be good. I am with SK in this one, to be fair, but I could definitely see us losing Newcastle and maybe a draw Aston Villa, maybe a draw, but I just can't see us beating Newcastle, man. We just
I think they're just going to be like a better Everton, honestly. If they try to do this bullshit, fucking pat the box, do all this bollocks. I think the keeper's there. He's handled physical teams before. The team has just played a physical team. They're not as good, obviously. They're nowhere near as good as Newcastle. I'm not saying that, but I'm just saying for the style that they play, Newcastle haven't been ripping teams at the moment. They've been scoring against Carrick and stuff, but who really is that what's going on? Again, they play a lot of games. They're in competition, so I think we do okay against Newcastle. If we do drop points, I don't think we will lose. That's what I'm saying. Out of these games, I'd be shocked if we lose any of these games. I just would be. That's the level that I've seen for this team recently. I wouldn't have been shocked if we lost against City or Arsenal, but what we've seen since then in the last couple of months under Michael Carrick, I'd be shocked to lose against these teams here. I think we've had the toughest test. Fulham was the toughest test than any of these teams. West Ham was the toughest test than any of these teams. And Everton is a tougher test than any of these teams. I think we've just had the hard period, and these 5 games should go a lot smoother. You're hoping it, fucking hell. Might not. I'll bite my words now. We're going to get 1 win in 4 and 5, and we're going to be slipped down to 6th, and we're all going to be going crazy in about a month's time. So I told you first. I hope not.
Well, for me, the performance have got to improve. For me, the reason why you got results, the first 2 games were fantastic performances, and the way you improve performances for me is by going back to what he's done. He needs to maintain, refine, defensive. Yeah,
what changed, Nuruddin? What would you say? What's changed?
What is changed is that the passing, the intensity has dropped, hugely dropped, right? When he first came in, he installed this 4-2-3-1 that became compact, becomes compact, and 4-2-2 out of possession. The signs were really excellent. We were better collective defending. The players were more, we put, like there was a bit more freedom. But I personally think the likes of Bruno Fernandes were getting on the ball, you know what I mean, turning, Cunha in Burmo, they were roaming. I think he's done it against Arsenal, so City, Arsenal, Fulham exposed us in the second half in that system. Genuinely exposed us in that system in the second half. And they could have won, but luckily Bruno did a world-class piece of magic. Let the ball go through his legs, crossed it in, and Sesko, the man on the fire at the moment, put the ball in the top bins, right? I think you cannot start with that roaming. You need to what he needs to do is look at each game and think, out of the squad, what can get the best out of this? Other than having just a settled like a team and going, that's how I'm going to play every game. No, you need to listen, you can't bring the knife to a gunfight, man. You ain't bringing a Sharpie. You know what I mean? You ain't bringing a pen to a knife fight. You ain't bringing that's what you not need to do. You need to bring different solutions for different games and different ways where we can be a bit more compact. There might be times that, you know what? There might be times we play, if Mbeumo's not on it, we play Bruno behind Sesko. And then maybe we bring Ugarte on. Have 3 midfielders, solid, winning the ball back, just giving it out. Do you understand what I'm saying?
Has he played Ugarte yet? Has Carrick ever put him on?
Maybe bring Sersky. Listen, bring Sersky on. Yeah, he's played 18 minutes since he's been here, since Carrick's been in Ugarte. But for me, you will bring different, like I personally believe, in that second half against Everton, we needed somebody to hold up the ball. We didn't bring Masraoui on and to do what we did with Masraoui. We needed somebody to come on and hold up the ball. So, to me, that's what he needs to do. Like against, you know what I'll do? Against Crystal Palace, they play 3 centre-halves. I'll play two players up front. Play Sersky and Sesko up front. Manchester United at home.
Perfect. Exactly.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Play 3 centre-backs. Put more. Power press them. So there is a ways to do it. And still do not lose the defensive compactness.
No. 100%. 100%.
The thing about what Michael Carrick was doing because I've done the research on what he was doing, and I've done a video what he did at
Middlesbrough.
Yeah. Right. It's the way that 12, especially against varying oppositions, the key to steps is to learn the lessons from Borough, playing the same team and picking the same team. No, you've got to change it. You've got to change it.
Yeah. 100%. I mean, like I said,
you're playing different oppositions. They possess different type of problems, and then you in your squad can look at the players and bring. I don't know that the squad is not filled with a lot of talent. I understand that he's got a lot of options. Most of the fan base that are against Ugarte. Well, why don't he improve Ugarte in training? He's getting a lot of time with him. Why don't he try to get the best out of him just for him to do the basics? Why can't he do that?
I'd argue, just quickly, Ben, I'd just argue that I think we've played worse since Dorgu's been injured. I think shoehorning Cunha into that role where he's not a left winger, I think that does have something to say. I'm not saying that that's the whole problem and we're going to blame it on that. Of course not. Michael Carrick can be doing better, but I'm just saying I've noticed since Dorgu has gone missing, we don't have a left winger for that side. So I think that is the intensity may be there. We don't have an outlet there because Cunha, he's not really a guy who's going to play the channels like that. He's okay, but he's more of like in a nice way, like a dog inside. He's an inside player. So I mean, Dorgu going missing, I think that's lacked our play sort of a little bit going out that way, which is harming us.
I think personally for Cunha, I think some of the reasons why Cunha's not really himself at the moment, we're not seeing like the best of Cunha, is because the left back or the full back of his side isn't overlapping him, and he's not helping him out at all. Yes, people are going to get on to me saying Luke Shaw's doing a really good job of Cunha. I don't agree at all, man. I think this is the reason why we need a new, or even try, like, you know, this is one thing I love to see from Carrick is try new things. Like I seen Mazraoui from Morocco play a left back role and a right back role, and that man was up and down the fucking pitch every fucking game.
Yeah.
You know, yes, Mazraoui's right footed, so realistically the balance will be there, but you know, it's still an option. You know, down that width. You know, I do generally think if Cunha has someone alongside him that just constantly overlaps him, and you know, Cunha's not going to be taken out towards the corner flag or any of that. He just wants to cut inside and just obviously take a shot. But I think once you have someone beside him, like Luke Shaw in his prime, like he would be really good right now with Cunha. Like, but the reality is, Luke Shaw's still here after 13 years, and I mean, Malacia's on the bench, but I don't think Michael Carrick wants to play him, man. But look, I think the issues I have with Carrick is, you know, with these bogey teams, these like lesser teams, these lower side teams, we don't create enough chances. We hardly create any chances, and that's a really big issue, man. And the thing is with what you said, Nerdin, is like when you were watching Carrick at Middlesbrough. You know, one thing I don't like what coaches do is they play the same team constantly, like 3 or 4 games in a row, 5 games in a row, and then whenever they lose, they then make their first adaptation, like they swap someone out for someone else. That's not how you coach in this modern day. Yes, back in the day it might work, but now it doesn't. You see Pep changing every fucking game. You see Arteta. You see Enrique. You know what he should have done is swap out Sesko or swap Mbumo or Ahmad for Sesko, and even bring Xerxes. I think we're treating Xerxes so shit. And yet, look, he's smiling, he's happy. I'm glad for that. That's how much of a professional Xerxes is, bro. But I think Xerxes just needs to get given more game time. And one thing I'm gonna be looking out for Carrick in these next upcoming games is how does he utilize the squad? Because if he just keeps constantly picking the starting 11 we've had plus Sesko, and he doesn't start Xerxes, Ugarte, Heaven as well, by the way, then I'm going to get on to him. And this proves that Carrick is just, look, he's doing really good right now, you know, in terms of results, but long term, he's just not the one man. And when you're a coach, yes, he's very young. You need to like understand these things. These are basic coaching.
Flexibility.
These are basic coaching. This is basic. You know, you can't be. I've never heard like, bro. I remember under Ten Hag's first season, we kept constantly playing Mainu and Martinez and Varane constantly every fucking game, and then they had their injuries, bro. That wasn't down to Ten Hag. Sorry, it wasn't down to themselves because we're all human at the end of the day. Everyone's different. It was down to the medical department, but it was also down to Ten Hag because he kept playing them to death. And I don't want Michael Carrick to do the same to Mbumo, to Ahmad, to Cunha, to Mainu, any like Dorgu as well. By the way, Martinez has gotten another injury, so just stop because the trainings are more intense. They're shorter, but they're more intense. And when you're doing intensive training way more, then it's got more of a risk for your muscles and more risk for injury and stuff. So he's got to be very careful, Michael Carrick, very careful, because we don't have a good squad. Like, you know, the depth of the squad isn't entirely great quality wise. We've got quantity, but the quality's not there. Like, but he's got to use Ugarte, Heaven, and Xerxes more for me. He's got to put them into the squad, and Sesko as well.
For me, I think the 5 different games, if I can just show you again one more time, people, they all have their different problems. Most likely, right? Most likely, the team that's going to try to low block us, they're away from home. Their away record is horrendous as Crystal Palace. Crystal Palace will go to, and they're playing tomorrow, innit? They're playing tomorrow night, so they'll be playing 3 days. Yeah, they'll be tired. They'll be tired. Let me just have a look at see what they're doing. Let me just have a quick look. If I go back to football fixtures, let me just see if they're playing at home or away. I think they might be at home. I think most likely they're going to be at home. Let me have a look. Yeah, Palace here. Crystal Palace at home. Yeah, so Crystal Palace at home. So they're not have to travel. But that tie, they have to just get through that tie because it's 1-1. It's tightly poised. This is what they're doing. They're playing. So no excuse. So they should be tired because they've already played. They haven't got a big squad. They're going to try to come on low block us at Old Trafford. That's what's going to happen. That is what is going to happen, people. And what people don't understand is that, for me, in that game, we've got to play patient football. We have to make sure that we're not doing this shitty sideways passing that we did against West Ham, which was incredibly frustrating. Incredibly frustrating. So Manchester United have to be better. We have to be able to expose them. We have to press them in the right moments. We have to get wide, get in between the wing backs and the two centre-halves. The wide centre-backs are going to be coming out to meet you and then overload the box either side. If the ball is on this side, overload on the left. If it's the ball is on the left, overload on the right. So that's what we need to do. That's what we need to do. Manchester United fixtures. Let me just show you who we're going to be playing. March. Here we go. March fixtures. So this Crystal Palace game, they play, for me, Crystal Palace. They're going to be tired. We need to take advantage of that. We've got to hit them with energy. We have to. We have to hit them with energy. But the biggest thing is that we have to play with. They're going to play a low block. We need to patience. That needs to be drilled on the training ground this week, right? These couple of days, patience without sideways passing. Break them down without overcommitting. Make sure we keep an eye on the counter attack, and then Newcastle is going to be a totally different game. Newcastle is where we need to bring the physicality because they're a physically fit team. So Newcastle will offer a different type of challenge to Crystal Palace. Crystal Palace offer different. Crystal Palace, Newcastle, totally two different teams. Newcastle and Villa, they're emphasizing high press. We need to be able to, especially against Newcastle, we need to be able to beat them up in the midfield. We need to be able to match the energy and the intensity, and then we need to limit their transitions. We need to press the ball, press and be physical. That's what we need to do. We need to avoid transitions from both Villa. Villa have got decent transition. So will Newcastle, but Newcastle have got the best transition. They've got fast wingers. They've got Harvey Barnes. They've got Anthony Gordon. They've got Elanga. Elanga always likes to turn up against us. So that's what we need to do. And Michael Carrick needs to get away from his criticism and stubbornness and passive possession that he was when he was that last manager, and that was at Middlesbrough. Middlesbrough fans said that the reason why it went wrong, he became super stubborn, tactically stubborn, and he just having possession for being possession shape. Manchester United, we need to, in these games, we need to switch to more direct play with width, 4-2-3-1. E.g., pushing the fullback
100%.
higher. Yeah, versus the team.
I think
that's what we need to do. Stop earlier. He needs to make substitutions earlier. Notice things in games that are not working earlier. I've got two coaching badges, and I can see Manchester United are just trying to go to the middle in the slow pass, slow rate. We need to get goals quickly. We need to have 15, 20 minutes where we blaze them.
Yeah. It's a movement as well, though, Nerd. Did you when you were at sides, did you not
bring
see
up more fresh legs, especially in the midfield at times, and then up front he needs to do that.
Yeah, but even
especially
still,
for the Newcastle trip, because we've only got 3 days.
3 days, yeah.
It's 3 days.
Yeah.
So the game will be the games this time next week. We're going to be doing a match reaction to
Villa,
Newcastle
probably, or Newcastle.
No, Newcastle game. Yeah.
But even like the movement as well, like I mean, I seen it in West Ham and I seen it the Everton game as well. Like when it was mainly Mainu and Cunha and like basically the four in the middle, the left mid and the right mid. Like when someone plays a pass, they just stand still. They're all static. You know, I think Carrick needs to drill into these fucking players is when you have the ball and you play a pass. Move. Don't fucking just stand still. Don't just walk back. Move. Give options. And I think that was a big issue at the Everton game as well because, you know, it really, really frustrated me. Yes, I think Mainu is really worried about Casemiro because Casemiro hasn't got the legs to track back, so he wants to stay beside him. But that should be no excuse because Casemiro does have the experience. But if that was my coach that was watching that game, he even said as well, he says, Man United are so static. Like, no one moves, no one makes any options at all. Yes, Bruno does move because he runs like a hellish chicken, and Sesko too, but there's just no movement at all. And I think it's realistic. I think we don't see it realistically against the bigger teams because obviously they're coming at us instead of us coming at them. It's like the lower side of teams, as I said, like your Evertons, your West Hams, your Burnleys, your Wolverhamptons. Like, there's just no movement, and I think that's one of the reasons why we struggle so heavily at these low block teams. There's just the movement situation. Obviously Luani touched on it as well. We're not drifting out the centre backs at all, like creating those gaps in the centre, and that's realistically the issue, man. But big up to Jarvis, man. May the force be with you. I love the top.
Yeah, big up Jarvis. Big up. I just want to finish the last game, Jarvis, and then we'll bring you in.
Yeah,
I think Villa play a very high line. Villa will play a very high line against Manchester United. So Manchester United need to take advantage of Villa high line. We need to have hammering by them, because by the time between Newcastle and Villa, we've got 10 days to train. He needs to drill a way of timing the runs perfectly against Villa. And again, it's going to be a physical game. We need to limit their transitions. They're going to play more on a counter, but still with a high line. They still have a high line, Villa, even when they play at Old Trafford. Remember, we beat them. He brought them to Old Trafford under Ten Hag, and we were losing 2-0, if I'm not mistaken. We came back on 1-3-2. Do you remember that time under Ten Hag? Because they were playing some silly high line, and Unai Emery is not going to change that. But goals are going to be important here. Goals are going to be bloody important here. You know what I mean? Like, for me, he needs to play a bit more direct at times with a width. But against Villa, the physicality is important again. We need to be able to physically bully them. We need to be able to physically bully them. And that's what Carrick needs to do. He needs to learn from what happened at Borough. He can't be passive. He can't stand there on a touchline and be passive. Against Bournemouth, that's just a mad game. That's going to be a mad game. We need to meet them for energy and intensity. And at least we've got 5 days in between Villa, and that at least we can prepare 5 days to be able to train. But we need to be able to go there with intensity. They'll give you chances, Bournemouth. They will give you chances. But it's about, can you stop them? Can we have this defensive compactness? Can the compactness that we saw against Man City, we saw against Arsenal at times, can that come back into the team? That's what we need. But anyway, big up Jarvis. I want to congratulate you and all the Norwegian people for the fantastic. Some people are beating it, by the way. It's crazy, Jarvis. This is what's happening. Yeah. It's not to do with us. I did everything. I clicked off. I reset it, like refreshing. It's on YouTube. It's happened to Saeed as well. It's Carrick. It's not working properly.
No, it's all over YouTube, and there are reports now that YouTube live chat messages are not showing up for anyone, for others. So it only seems that emojis are going through. So if there are people in the chat watching, give us your emojis so we can see who's here.
People. Yeah,
get your emojis.
And please smash the likes. Let's get to 150 likes, people. We're having a conversation. The big conversation on the title of the show is, what does Carrick have to do to improve the performance in the next 5 games? Because the 2 performances have been stinking. But we'll come to Manchester United for a minute. But can we just give an absolute shout out? I was absolutely gutted. Yesterday I came back and straight away I had to go on a Straight Jacket podcast, Jarvis, because we didn't do it on Monday. And, fasting and everything. Saeed is doing a lot of shows and he's just trying to find the time. It's better when you have energy and eating later on. So, Bodo Glimt, what a fantastic. I knew they could do it. I know you were a bit skeptical. You were like, I don't think they could do it. I said to you, what did I say to you, Jarvis? Can you please tell the audience?
Yeah, you said they were going to win. But
I said to you, they will make chances. It's can they take them?
You said they were going to score. I think you said they were going to score.
They were going to score. And they did. And they finished the second goal Oh my word. What a play. Like in the both legs, the games against City, the goals that this team has scored, they are the entertainers of European football. Little Bodo Glimt, 50,000 population, just right in the middle of the bloody freezing land. You know what I mean? Right off the Arctic circle. Right? It's incredible. Dark all winter. No light whatsoever. They're doing it. They've put Bodo Glimt have made Norwegian football most famous. I have never seen a Norwegian football do this other than Rosenberg for quite a while. Rosenberg knocked people out.
That's 30 years ago, so it's a long time ago.
Yes. I personally believe they play better football than Rosenberg. I think this is the best Norwegian team I have ever watched in a Champions League or European competition.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm so proud of Bodo Glimt right now. And, the last couple of days, people start thinking I'm not a Man United fan anymore, but for real, watching your own local team doing bits in Europe like this, it's something special. And, the population of Bodo is smaller than most of the stadiums of the big teams now, 60, 70, 80,000 stadiums, and the population of Bodo Glimt, I think that's 52,000. It just put everything into perspective. But for me, it was a magical night. I'm still buzzing. My daughter told me that they had an hour today at school where they had to talk about the game. The teachers made them sit there and talk about the game and reflect and all of this, because it's a big thing. We win the Winter Olympics and all of this all the time. We take gold medals every day. It doesn't affect us anymore. But when it comes to football, it's something else. It's a fairy tale. It's a fairy tale. Bodo Glimt has a budget of, I don't know, 50, 60 million pounds a year, a budget. And when
that's the price of a one player. That's the price of Ogate.
Yeah, and that's a yearly budget, and the highest paid player I think is on 61k a month. 61k a month. That's the highest paid player. That's the striker, the Danish guy, number 9. So again, these guys, they never seem to amaze me, and it's
but the level of composure. Can we talk about it, David? Go into the San Siro. They've battered Roma. They really like coming against Italian teams. They'll put them to the sword. They beat Lazio. They beat Roma. Now they're beating Inter Milan. But the level of composure, the second goal. Oh my God. Oh my. Honestly, I was absolutely blown away. I had to watch you and Stu's match today. In between, I had about 1 hour, and I just tried to skim through your watch along, just you guys going crazy when the goal went in your face. It was picture perfect. But for me, that's why I love football. We got into a really heated discussion yesterday about how I see football, Jarvis.
I was listening to it while I was editing and making all the shorts and everything after the watch along. I think you made a lot of brilliant points, Nuruddin, there's different ways to watch and look at football. I know the way you look at football, and I agree. I come from the same school as you do. I see what Manchester United is doing. I look at the performance. The results is one thing, but you have to separate performance and results. And I knew that was where you were going at. And we can't just sit here and say we're happy with the current state if the performance is not good enough. It's not. It will bite us in the ass in the long run. So I think we got to be a little bit more realistic. Yeah, obviously we will get Champions League this season. I'm almost 70, 80% certain that we will get Champions League this season. But it doesn't matter. Next season, when we go against bigger teams, 2 games a week, we don't have squad depth, and there are holes in Carrick's game plan, in how we execute the match plan, and how the players get the energy in the games. That's one thing playing Manchester City and Arsenal, because then we know all the players are up for it. But as soon as we are up against lesser teams, the players drop 5 to 10%, and then the game plan isn't good enough. We need someone who is good enough who can guide us through these games. And it's just a question of time before this unbeaten run stops with Carrick, because as a manager, if I was the opposition manager, I would look at it, I would understand that, okay, this couple of players we need to take out of the game, and then Manchester United are toothless, and you should never expose yourself. You never show your neck. What Everton did in that second half, that was a dumb choice by David Moyes, because then we could play counter-attacking football. You just deny them any space, and I think Man United are easy to beat at the moment.
Yeah,
that's my biggest worry, and we will come up with
to fix it, Jarvis? What can he do to fix this in the next 5 games? In these games that I've showed you, what can he do? What can he do in these 5 games to try to? I personally think he has to pick different teams for different. At the moment, he's trying the same things that he did against Newcastle, same thing he did against City, Arsenal, same thing he did against Fulham and Spurs and West Ham. And he has to do that. He has to have, what's the thing? Horses for courses. That's the saying. Horses for courses. He can't play. Most likely, Crystal Palace will try to low block, right? They've just played a game tomorrow night. They're at home. They're playing in the Europa Conference, and they're going to come to Old Trafford, and they're going to try to get a result, get a draw, right? Newcastle's going to be a different game. It's going to require more of a physical game. St. James's back crowd. They've got three, four wingers who are amazing on a transition. Villa game is going to be a totally different game. Midfield, obviously, they got a lot of injuries, but you know what Unai Emery is. He's going to try to find the chinks in the armor, and he's going to go for us. Bournemouth, they're going to go. They only know which way to play. They're going to go front foot for our throats. What have we got to respond?
Yeah, but first of all, I think the biggest problem is we don't have a striker, and we talked about this many times, you and I, and Nuruddin, and football is quite easy, playing a centre back against a false nine who's dropping down. It's quite easy if you don't have any counter movement. Every time the striker drops down, you need an opposite run into that space that the false nine is vacating, because you got to make the centre back question his decisions. Am I going to follow? Am I going to stay? Am I going to drop? You want to make life as hard as you can for the centre backs. Yeah. And that's why you need opposite movement. For me right now, we are way too fluent in our front four. Maybe you can call it front four if you count Bruno and Mbeumo and Cunha and Ahmad. They are fluent. They change positions all the time, and the counter movement is there, but there's no clear pattern for me. Sometimes when Bruno drops, you see Mbeumo coming in from one side, trying to fill that pocket, but he only drags the fullback with him. So you don't create that opportunity that you get, for example, from the 10s in the 10 position coming in when the 9 is dropping down. I want this. I don't want this, if you know what I mean. So again, I think Carrick needs to be more strict, more clear. It's one thing having a fluent attack, but it's another thing having an attacking plan and attacking patterns. I want to see more patterns from Carrick. I also want to see us with a number 9, solid number 9, who's occupying both the centre backs, staying in between them and pushing them down, because I think we need that space in front of the centre backs for us to play into, because we want to play centrally. You got to remember, both Mbeumo and Cunha, they like to invert, and Bruno is always there. So then we have 3 guys, maybe 4, maybe 5 if Mainu pushes, all in that congested space. So I need someone who's pushing the centre back down, because I don't want the centre backs coming in and blocking all that space. So we need to see it more from Carrick. And I've been talking about this since the Fulham game. Now we have had many games since the Arsenal game. After the Arsenal game, we were starting to talk about this. Against Fulham, we saw it. Against the Spurs, we saw it. Against West Ham, we saw it. And against Everton, we saw the same problems now. We have seen the same problems. And I'm not sure if it's Carrick or if it's the players or, why is the dynamics like it is right now? I don't know. What's your take on this particular problem, Noradin?
I think it's a coaching issue. I think it's not changing the horses for courses, just staying with some of the horses for all different type of games. I think this false nine stuff with Brian and Burmo, I just want to remind against Everton, when they pressed us really hard, they knew that in Burmo was not good. It's not good. It was back to goal. Lamens kept hitting it. I don't even think he won one duel to win the ball. But I'm sorry. You have to get Sesko on the pitch. You need to get people around Sesko. We saw it against Arsenal. Lamens hits the ball. Sesko chests it. Who have we got right next to him? We've got Kobe and Bruno this far away from him. Literally that far away, like within 5 yards of him, right? And they close that space. So he chests it down. Kobe bullies the midfielder, gives it to Bruno. Bruno back to Kobe. Kobe sets Cunha off, and then Sesko makes the run, vacate the space for Cunha to be able to shoot, and we get the winner. So for me, you can't just play. For me, I don't know what you thought about it on Monday. I was like, bring Sesko on. We play two. The way that I like to see football, or the way that I would like to coach, if I coach, is that I would rather have other than doing low block against the Everton team, who've got no quality, they had 9 corners in the second half, Eski. 9 corners, right?
I went over the corner thing yesterday.
Yeah. So what I would do is that I would have somebody else to go up the pitch. We keep the ball away from our box. We keep the ball away from our area, our last 30 yards or 40. We keep it away 50, 60 yards up the pitch. We go up the pitch. So I would have brought on Sersky. I would have told Lamings just to clip it to Sersky and Sesko closer to each other. Get Cunha and Bruno around that. Battle the game there. Make that game into a fight up the pitch. Let Cunha buy free kicks. He's very good at wasting time. Very good at the shithousery. I would have done that. That's what I would have done. Instead, Jarvis, what shocked me, I don't know what is shocked you, bringing on Masraoui, the last 15 minutes. He told the Everton players, the Everton fans, and the Everton coach that Manchester United are going to try to low block it. What did you thought of that? And then I'll bring Eski in.
Yeah, that's a good game plan. We did it against Liverpool under Amorim. Playing direct, high, staying close, winning the second balls, and that's always a good option. And it's a good way to shift the momentum of the game. There's other options also. We could also try to play with more width, try to double up on the wings, but then we have no one to cross into. So
we had Diego Dalot. We had Diego Dalot supposed to be as a right winger. He was holding hands with Masraoui. We were so deep, it was unbelievable. Go ahead, Eski.
Yeah.
For me, look, I think we've been just overly harsh. If you look at the situation in totality, Michael Carrick is interim. The last time we had an interim, we finished 15th, and his name was Ruben Amorim. This could have gone pear-shaped, and no one would have been here blaming Michael Carrick for anything, because we would have sacked a manager, got Fletcher in, and then Carrick could have come in and not won a game. So for me, I just look at it and say, look, we are in a still a top 4 race. I think when it comes to teams who had nothing to play for, like your middle pack, and they're not really breaking into top 10 and they're not in a relegation battle, I just think that maybe they can analyse the performances a bit more. For us, we're talking about like as if Michael Carrick's already the manager. Now, I understand if he was the manager right now, and these conversations can take place and we're discussing his playing style, but I think we're looking too deep into a playing style and what he can improve if he's not even going to be here in 5 months. I don't think it matters right now. What matters more is the team and getting the job done. I think when it comes to business end of the season, City, Liverpool, Arsenal, United, Chelsea, Villa, maybe, them 6 teams are still in a shout of getting into the top 5. I think now it just comes down to getting the points done. So I don't really like... Yeah, you can make improvements here, there, and the third. For me, like I said, I think it's because Dorgu's out. We don't have that natural width there. Ben made the point before of Luke Shaw not overlapping Cunha, but Cunha's not going to hold that width out there anyway. He always drifts inside. When Ben drifts inside, Cunha was probably best suited for the previous manager. We bought 2 number 10s for the previous manager. Now we don't have a left winger. It's not his problem. It's not his fault that Dorgu got injured. So I think what we're doing is we've still got a square peg in a round hole there in Cunha. Everyone else is playing in a decent position, and Bruno had a bit of an off game last game, but I think that was just down to credit to David Moyes, who shut our midfield down and didn't allow space. So I think no one would really give him credit there. So for me, I think just going forward, we'll be okay. Like I said, we've had the toughest test. Our next 4 or 5 games are winnable. They're not going to pose a tougher test as West Ham, Fulham or Everton. These teams aren't going to play football. Like Ben agreed, these teams are actually going to play football. They suit us. People say Ariola's manager. Why? Because he plays decent football. Bournemouth can play you off the park if they really want to. Didn't they fucking was it a 4-4 game at Old Trafford this season with Bournemouth, if I'm not mistaken? 8 goal thriller. This is what I'm saying. So Bournemouth know how to play football. All these teams know how, and it's Newcastle away, so they're not going to come play some shite football. Hopefully, for us and for them. So realistically, like I said, I don't know what you think, Jarvis, but me and Ben agreed before that out of our next 4 fixtures, we would like 10 points. And I think we'd either drop points against Newcastle away, maybe Villa at home. Don't know what you think about that, but I know you also mentioned about the team. You know, it kind of looks this is not sustainable and we'll get beat. But on the flip side, we are unbeaten in 10, and I think it's with how many draws? 2 draws in there, 3 max. So unbeaten in 10, and we'll be like 2-3 draws. So I think we're on decent pace. Like I said, we're going into it now. Teams above us are playing more games than us and around us. Literally everyone's in the competitions. Liverpool are in Champions League, Newcastle, Chelsea, literally everyone around us, about 8-9 teams around us are in competitions. We're the odd one out that are just doing really well in the league. So I think right now, yeah, you can go on about performances and he has to improve and adapt. But if he gets me 3 points next game, I'm not asked, truth be told, because it's just crunch time. That's just how I see it there. But how many points do you think we should take in the next 4 games?
Yeah, we should take 12.
12, yeah, fair.
Yeah.
Okay.
So for me, it's not that I don't believe we can win the games, but you know, I think I see weaknesses, and this is where, you know, when I analyze football, I try to both look at the results and the performance. And you know, for me, when I'm talking about what we can do better, it's always from a point of view that how we can improve, what I expect Carrick to see, because if I can see it, definitely Carrick should see it. And this is why I'm asking the question also to Noradin. Do you think it's because of the players? Is it because of the coaching staff? Is it because of Carrick? What's going on? Because it's obvious for me. It's blatantly obvious that we have a problem because we don't have a striker, an out-and-out striker. And Carrick looks reluctant to start Sesko. And I'm not quite sure why, because I thought in the beginning, after the 2 first games, it was because of the intensity of the press play from Mbumo and Bruno. But the press play has plummeted massively after the 2 first games. You know, they play through us now. Almost all teams do it whenever they try, and the intensity has dropped. So I'm not quite sure why. Maybe it's because he wants 2 there just to protect Mainu and Casemiro. To get them involved. And also I think Carrick, he likes to pass to feet. He likes to keep the possession, and while doing this, he likes what I call close proximity. You know, you see Mainu always doing this 1-2, very short, intricate passes and all of this. And that's because Carrick likes the team compact and in close proximity. So there could be many reasons for this that maybe I don't understand, but I think it's easier for us if we had played with the number 9, because I think we would have gotten more space. But again, we are winning games, so I'm not complaining. I'm just seeing some weaknesses, and I think it's important to point them out.
We analyze the games. The performances have been horrendous, especially West Ham and Everton. We have a right to analyze that. We have a right to talk about, and we have a right to go, what is improvement? I think it's tactical, because he's going for this false 9, And the false nine does not work against every team. For Liverpool, sorry, for City and against Arsenal, it worked. It's not working. We need a vocal point that we can play off. And Sesko deserves to start. I just done the poll. People, please keep liking the video. We're not even 100 likes yet. Obviously, we'd be asking you to do that in the chat. People will be encouraging you. 1 second. Basically, we've been on 88 likes, so the least you can do is get us to 150 likes. We've got 79% of tonight, United fans saying, yeah, I said, should Sesko start in the next 5 games? 79% said yes, 21% said no. We need a vocal point. This gimmick of playing Ahmad, Cunha, in Burma, Bruno, it's not working. It's not. I'm sorry, it's not working. I just told you, Eski, that Mbeumo did not win one of his duels when we were getting pressed last night. In first half or second half, especially the first half, we were getting pressed by Everton. Larry Sammons just hoofs the ball, and then the ball's coming back straight back to us.
Yeah.
So what I'm saying to you is that putting Sesko, you see it. Sorry, now Sesko, even in that, it was the opposite movement. Sesko drops, goes to the ball. He doesn't have Tchaikovsky on his back. He moves away from Tchaikovsky, controls the cushions the ball back to, I don't know what it was. I think it was Luke Shaw. Luke Shaw then plays it to Cunha. Cunha
switches it out.
Yeah, because it was opposite movements. Because the centre-halves bought a centre-back, like Java said before, we need, because when you've got a vocal point as a striker, the two centre-halves have to make a decision. They're going to have to go one, I'll go. And then you can stretch the play with Mbeumo the other side. That's what you need to do. And that's where the goal came from. Because we had somebody moving towards the ball and then somebody moving towards Cunha likes to just be headless chicken, get on the ball and go in these, I call it dark alleys. He starts running to dark alleys. So
no, but hold on.
He should have come up. His performance was a disgrace. Other than the last 10 minutes of defending, maybe before he got substituted. Mbeumo was ineffective. Bruno was ineffective. Casemiro was ineffective. Kobe was the best of a bad bunch the other night.
Yeah.
So I don't want to talking about games. And in this question, we're talking about what can Carrick do to improve the performances, because the performances will take you a long way, other than just getting jammy, doing daylight robberies and just doing 1-0s. We need to get the performance up because that can be sustained. There's something to sustain. The City game, the performance was fantastic. That was something to have confidence over to go into Arsenal. Then we backed it up. Now, the Fulham game, the first half, I thought we did all right. Second half, it was all Fulham. We're getting bopped at Old Trafford. I was there, saw it with my own eyes. I'm not asking for perfection. We're just saying, what can we do? Because the last two performances have been disastrous. But we didn't lose. Yes, great. But we can't just rely on we didn't lose or we won. We have to improve them, and that's the point of the talk. So that is what we're asking. We're not saying Carrick is this, Carrick's that. We're just saying, what can he do? Because I'm saying I've done the research, see what he did at Borough. It was passive. It was nonchalant. It was a stubbornness. It wasn't about making changes. How he has to improve if he wants this job. And yes, he came out for the first time last couple of days ago. I think I watched it on Sunday. He came out. He was like, "Yeah, this is the ultimate job." He basically was saying, "Yeah, I would like to have the job." Well, if you want the fucking job, Carrick, you need to fucking put proper work in. You can't just get the job on a fucking technicality.
Oh, he's not easy. Look, I think what you say. Look, he didn't start Sesko against Arsenal or City, and those are two of the best performances we had this season.
And you know what? Without Sesko, we don't win that game against Arsenal.
I agree. He come on in it and he said, "Yeah, I agree."
Sesko brings the ball down. We get Bruno and Kobe around him. It was Sesko who takes the players away. So to give, he makes the run. If you watch that goal again, Cunha's winner.
I see it. I've seen it. Yeah.
Them to this side. What are we doing?
No, I know what you're saying, but here's what I'm saying. I'm saying, like I said before, I don't know if Jarvis said it before as well, but Sesko has been proven within the last 1.5 months to be the best player to come off the bench and impact a game for Man United. Other players have done it. Cunha's come on and got an assist here and there, but that's when Dogu was starting. We don't have Dogu right now. So if you look to the bench, let's say Carrick played this next team against, who's the next game? Palace, yeah, at home. Let's say it's 0-0 going again into the fucking 70th minute with Sesko starting and Cunha's on the bench. I've got less faith in Cunha coming on and making an impact than I do with Sesko coming on and making impact. Now, what you guys are saying is tactically what Michael Carrick can do is start Sesko, and that's what the chat is saying via the poll. I hear that, and that's what I'm saying in totality. But I'm saying if it comes down to a game where we're just not at it again for whatever reason, okay, and the Sesko starting isn't working, I've got less confidence in looking to the bench and saying Xerxes is going to sort it out here, or Cunha and Mbeumo is going to sort it out here. Whoever he drops and needs to bring on, these guys are going to sort it out. I've got less of faith. When Sesko come on against fucking last game that we just played, yeah, I knew he was going to come on and have an impact. Everton, I just knew it straight away. He come on early, but everyone said to Carrick, you should have brought him on earlier. He's listened, or well, you know, he's thought that himself, brought him on earlier, made an adjustment, and he's come on and done something well. So, like I said, I can see it both ways. I can see what you're saying. Just start Sesko. What can Carrick do to improve? Yeah, compactness, everything, you know, stretch the pitch. I hear all that, but I'm just saying strictly what I've seen factually is this guy is coming off the bench and doing the business for us. Getting an equaliser, getting goals, coming on and ensuring, like you're saying, he ensured that we won against Arsenal. He come on against the bench and done that. I think he's still a major confidence player. He's a young lad. Carrick's got his arm around him, and he's probably just said to him, look, you're this right now at the moment, and he's got him doing that. I think, let's say he starts against Everton, a few chances don't go his way, runs off, and Tarkowski's bullying him on the set pieces and whatever. Maybe his head drops, and maybe he doesn't have that confidence to run on and score. And when you mentioned about the goal, I know what you're saying, where he drops deep, gives it goals, Tarkowski pulls off him. If Mbeumo's in that position and he plays it off Luke Shaw and he passes it to Cunha, he makes that same darting run inside Tarkowski because he's got pace. So don't get it twisted and for you to say that Sesko's the only guy who could have made that run. It's not true. It's like the Van Dijk goal. It's where it gets played in, sucks in Van Dijk, spins in behind. That was Mbeumo. And that's the same kind of goal here. It's just over a longer distance and the man's 30-odd years old and he's played 70 minutes at home. So I think anyone could have scored that goal, is what I'm saying, or had that exact same movement. Fair enough, Sesko can do that more in the game and longer periods. What I'm saying, that game there, we were in a defensive shape. Everyone was in our half. It's a lay off and go. Anyone with pace could have done that. If that was Ahmad, he would have laid it off, ran. Cunha laid it off, ran. So anyone with serious pace in our team forward, Sesko is one of them, and he just happened to be in that position and score. So I'm not taking that much credence into what you're saying. If Sesko starts next game, I'm not going to complain, is what I'm saying. I'm just saying, when things are going south, 75th minute, 80th minute, I can't look to the bench and have the same amount of faith that I've had in the last 5 games. That's all I'm saying. It's something we need to consider.
I fundamentally disagree. I actually think the best player that was coming off the bench and doing something in the first 2 games was Cunha. Cunha didn't start against City. Didn't start against Arsenal. He only came on when Dogu got injured. And for me, Cunha is the guy to change bits of it in the game. Maybe set up, can go wide on his Macy runs. Sesko is a vocal point. Sesko needs to start. I do not want. What are we doing with this false 9 BS? Horses for courses. That I just fundamentally disagree. Always want a focal point to play off. And Sesko, for me, has proven, and he has to start on Sunday, and he has to start the next 5 games for me.
Mm-hmm.
But if you can have that total different opinion. Keep the same team. Have Ahmad. Ahmad was ineffective. Cunha was ineffective.
I agree. What I would do then?
Was unlucky to come off because Mbeumo was even worse.
What I would do then, I would take Ahmad off, play Mbeumo on the right, and then you have just Sesko up top. But then you would look at it and say that his crossing is not as good as Ahmad's. But then if you take Mbeumo off, well, he's our top goal scorer, and you can't take him off for no reason. So there's a situation with whatever happens, there's a narrative to paint. People will have sides, whatever. So I'm not disagreeing with what you're saying. I'm just saying that you need to look at it from if it's not going our way, and we need people to bring on, because that will be the conversation. Will be next draw a game with him starting. Who do we have on to bring on to change the game? The answer will be no one, because we've not had anyone. But if you're saying Cunha and he gets dropped and he's the guy to come on, I hear that. but that's a semblance of something. Fair enough, he has done things, but after Cunha, again, it's no one to look to that bench. Don't see no one. Cheeto's not been getting a look in. Xerxes not played under Carrick, I don't think. You mentioned even Ugarte's come on for 18 minutes. He's not a game changer. So there's no one really on that bench attacking wise that you could come on and say, yeah, he's going to change the game for United. Obviously, Arsenal have got 4 or 5 attackers. City the same. Liverpool got fucking, they bought everyone, didn't they? So Chelsea as well. We're a team that we look to our bench who's effective to change games for us. Not a lot of game changers off that bench. Sesko is a game changer. So you need to look at it that way. I can see what you're saying, though. I can just see it from both sides. But as of right now, I wouldn't be surprised, or upset if he did start the next game. Won't be upset at all.
Yeah. I don't know, Nordin, if you analyzed the Everton game, if you've seen it more than once. But there were a couple of things, when I look at the patterns, because when we attack, we like to go in that 3 in the back, and one of the fullbacks goes and take the opposite flank. Usually it's Luke Shaw, and Cunha comes inverted. But we tried a couple of times in doing the opposite, and having Cunha out on the left and Dalot out on the right. I think we saw it, especially in that second half. But I feel maybe one of the patterns from Carrick is to try to play the false 9. That's the opening move, to say it the least. Like in a chess game, give it to Mainu, and Mainu will try to find the dropping false 9, and then you have some fluent movement around him. So I want to show you just one thing from the Everton game that I saw. So let me just bring up the tactical board for you guys. So a lot of the times the main objective is to give the ball to Kobe Mainu, and try to get Bruno in close proximity, try to get Ahmad, Mbeumo, and Casemiro. So we have tried to get 5 players around him, so we have more than one options. And a lot of the times you see them trying to set up what I call the triangles. Like, for example, this one, that's a triangle. So again, we are doing some good stuff, but it's very congested. And the big problem, as I said, is this area. Because you have the freedom for these 2 guys, at least one of them, to push out with no danger of this space getting attacked. And also Everton and David Moyes, he solved it quite brightly, because he had the winger Armstrong. He was playing in the midfield, but every time when we went into this 3-2-5 formation, Armstrong dropped down as the wing back. So Dalot was no threat, and Brantwaite and Garner always had the ability just to follow Cunha or Mbeumo when they inverted. They always had like a spare man, and they always had the option to push with the center backs. So if I go to this clip, I can show you what I mean. I can only play a couple of seconds. I have to take it down and bring it up again. But let's see here, Nordin. So the ball comes up to Kobe Mainu. He turns with the ball, and right away you see Bruno dropping down. You have Bruno in this area, and also in this instant you have Brantwaite and Mbeumo here. So the center back leaves a gap behind him. So this is what we are doing now. We are going in with Mbeumo in this space, but there's no danger because we always have Brantwaite who will follow him directly. So there won't be a problem for the center back just to squeeze Bruno always because of this, because they play with the back 5. You have the winger, midfielder, wing back coming and covering the wide area. So there's actually no plan in this. We don't create any overload situations from what I see. But what's special in this situation is you have Ndiaye. This guy is a little bit too high up the pitch. So we have a brilliant opportunity in this attack just to play Ahmad. But for one reason or another, we always go for the dropping 9. We always go for this option. And I see it over and over again. We always try that. That's Carrick's opening move. and then we have the fluent movement around. So if I take it down and I play the rest of it for you guys to see, and it's not very effective because we don't create any overloads. Okay, we play the ball to Bruno, and you see the center back. It's
and everything is in front. There's no opposite movement. There's nobody running into the space there.
Yes, and you know, if I was Ahmad here, I would have attacked this space.
See you later.
And forced Tarkovsky to either run with him,
Deeper.
and then you would create the space, for example, for Mbumo coming in here. You know, and we need to fulfill the movements, but we're not.
They were static. Ben said it before. Ben said
very static.
Very static. And you can't have no fluid free with static players.
Yes.
But listen.
So again, we just play it through. Casemiro comes. But if you look at Everton's defense, they are quite comfortable in this position.
Yes, they are.
They are
because nobody's asking questions of the two centre. Nobody's moving them. No. You saw it as soon as Sesko comes in, it was a different game for Tarkovsky and because they didn't know what to do. And Sesko is really good at dropping into the pocket sometimes to link the play.
So if you see here, you see Everton, they are in very good shape. Very good shape. And this is our attacking patterns. This is what we are that we have against a low block or a mid block. And for me, you know, it's not enough. It's not enough, and we need to improve how we do it. So you know, this is why the game was boring, because we couldn't open them up in any ways, and we don't have the imagination or the quality to do so. So you know, it's a boring clip. It's not. It does say.
No. Listen, it's a very interesting clip. Very interesting clip. Big up to you, man. Listen, at the end of the day, it's weird. I've never had this ever happen to me where the chat's not been working. It doesn't feel like it. Because one of the biggest things about this show is that we do it together interactively with the thing. But anyway, people, listen, and I'm super tired. I have to get up tomorrow early. Big up to you, Jarvis. People, you need to go to Tactical Devils. You need to go and watch the full breakdown of the game against him, and Stu would have broken it down more in detail. All right? So you need to go to Tactical Devils and go watch the full breakdown. And if you're a footballing person, definitely you should go and watch. Let me just get the link for the match reactions.
You need to say something.
Bodo Glimt.
Yeah, Bodo Glimt. If you're into football, then you definitely should watch the watch along. So for people, I can't even do it on here, can I? Let me share it here. 1 second. I've gone to the chat.
Yeah. If it's okay for you, Nuruddin, can I just play the goal celebration when Bodo Glimt scored?
Yes.
If you haven't seen it, it was quite funny. I really enjoyed it.
I've not seen it. I've not seen it.
Bodo Glimt.
He's in. Take it.
No!
Oh, it's Jens Petter Hauge. It's Inter who loses the ball and gives it away. Is it? No. Something the referee did. What did he do?
They stopped celebrating.
I
That's
don't know
why.
if they're going offside.
No, Baston is standing there shouting his arms. But Bodo Glimt have scored. It's Akanji on the ball. Akanji, he bottles it, gives it to Bloomberg. Bloomberg takes the shot. It's deflected from Sommers and Jan Sommer. And Jens Petter Hauge comes on the second ball and puts it in the open net. Bodo Glimt is up 1-0. It's Akanji, a total calamity with his bandage over his right eye. And Jens Petter Hauge scores another goal in the Champions League. Come on, Bodo Glimt, come on.
Brilliant.
Yes.
So,
Absolutely.
you know, that's the and Nuruddin did the first leg watch along with me on Tactical Devils. So, you know, Nuruddin is often on as a guest. And there will be 2 more games now. Bodo Glimt will be up against the winner of either be Porto or Manchester City. So that will be an interesting one.
Definitely. I can't wait to watch that. I'm happy to do a watch along, Jarvis. If I'm not working, I'll happily be there. So yes, the lives, people, the lives. So you need to go and check the lives out. Did you do a video for the match?
Yeah, I did a video just with the goal celebration and a couple of shorts just to show people what we are about. It's very funny doing a watch-alongs. I really enjoyed it. I only done it twice, once with you and Noradin, so really
it's nice
enjoyed
when
it.
you can get people and have a laugh.
Yeah.
People, go and check the channel out. This channel should be on
Thank you.
5K. This is the channel. Make sure you subscribe. Check out the Everton match reaction. Check out all the other match reactions, people.
Don't show them the thumbnail from when you were on.
Look at the thumbnail when I was on, people. Look at this one here. It made me a bit chubby. It made me a bit chubby. I'll have to send you a photo, Jarvis. I'll send you
Yeah.
This one as well is actually quite funny. The one that you've done on Stu, that's funny as well, to be fair.
Yeah.
You and Stu. Good. Big up to Stu as well.
Big ups to you.
So people, go and subscribe to that channel. You won't see Seski anywhere else than here. Big up to Ben. Make sure you check Ben out at Elmore39 on X and Elmore20 and Elmore20 on TikTok and Elmore20 on Twitch. He's a gamer. Go and check him out playing games. Big up to every one of you watching. Apologies. It's not tonight. It's not the channel. It's YouTube. The whole chat is down. Appreciate all you lot turning out. Appreciate you getting involved in the poll. Have we got to 100 likes yet? Let me just double check. Oh, damn, we've not got to 100 likes, man. It's such a shame. It is what it is, people. But we've tried to have a content where we go and talk about solutions. People call us negative, but we talk about solutions. How can Carrick improve the performances? We go back to what he did with Borough, why he got stale at the end, and why he had to leave at Borough. Yes, players were sold underneath him. Yes, players he wanted in were not there. But at the end of the day, he needs to be more proactive in game management, and he needs to go more front foot football for me. And we need to go wide. We need to go and attack. We need to play with intensity like we did against City and Arsenal.
Noradin, can I ask one quick question before we end the show? It's just about Onana, and we heard reports today that he wants to come back and fight for his place. I don't know if you have reflected on it.
Beginning of the show, but yeah, go ahead, Jarvis.
Because I just saw Mark Aldrich earlier today in the morning show, just talking about it, and it made me think about money, and I think it's all about money. Onana, he wants to come back because
that's what I said.
League, he will have a 25% raise, and we still have 2 years left on his contract, so why leave? He can sit on the bench. No one else wants him anyway, so he will never get 125k a week, pounds playing for Galatasaray or Olympiacos or none of the top clubs would ever sign Onana anyway. So I think he's here to stay. That's just my worry. I don't know what's your take, Eski.
Oh yeah, no, we discussed it before. I literally said it was for the money as well, because you remember that story when he knocked on Amorim or Ten Hag's door when we got knocked out the Champions League and we got the decrease, and he said, "Oh, can I have the money back?" So he's just taking the piss. Yeah, it's his biggest payday. He's probably with him or his agent. I've said, yeah, want to come back to United. Jamie Jackson's brought the story. It's a non-story issue. Honestly, he seems like a nice guy. I mean, if he wants to go back to the Prem, yeah, cool. But no, he's not coming to Manchester United. No, it is for the money, 100%. I said that before, so he's spot on.
Yeah. But he will walk the path of a new goalkeeper if he comes in and he wants to stay. And if we get him out on a seasonal loan, maybe the opposite club will pay 50k of his wages, so we will still steal 75, 80k a week, of the budget, and that's the salary of another goalkeeper. So I don't like it, and this is what we are struggling with. The past.
Well, we've been paying off transfers for years that we've never liked. So Sanchez and others and stuff, and people say Casemiro's contract now and stuff. So it's something. Just it's a reminder, basically. Onana is a reminder of what to never do again, and do due diligence in signing players, and just make sure they're the right stuff for this club. To be fair, so yeah, it's just a reminder of what not to do.
Yeah.
Yo, you muted. Yeah, man.
Yeah, people, big up, love and light. Smash a like on your way out. Subscribe to the channel if you're not already subscribed. Make sure you check out Jarvis on X, Bowley, BOLE77 on X. Also, every time he goes live on X as well. But we want to encourage people to always go to YouTube and to go and smash a like on the videos as well. But love and light. Big up Eski for coming on all the time. Big up King. Appreciate you. Always value your opinion, even though sometimes we vehemently disagree. But that's the thing, what is called the beautiful game of opinions. Absolutely. Love and light, people. Free Palestine, Congo, Sudan. Free Yemen. Free Syria. Free Lebanon. Free Haiti. Free everywhere. Free Greenland. Free Iran. Free Iraq. Free the world from Zios and the war machine and colonizer and imperialism. Solidarity and love with all the indigenous people wherever they are. The Sami people in Norway. The Inuits in Greenland. Anywhere, the indigenous people, anywhere, whether it's in any part of the continent of Africa or Latin America, and big up and love to everybody you out there. Humanity is humanity. Do not dehumanize yourself or other people. F the Glazers, F the Neos, F Potato Barada, Rita Bix Wilcox, Carrick, sort it out, lad. Peace, love, and light. Take care, people. Love. Jarvis says.
Peace.
Take care. Good night.
Safe.